Speed, I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly.
I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
What's going on, guys? You're very welcome to another Degenerate Watch live stream. So my sleeping's just been all over the place for the last couple of days. I've been quite busy and kind of napping here and there and stuff, so I'm kind of all over the place at the moment. So I was just awake and wasn't feeling that tired, so I decided I'd just hop on maybe for an hour or so and see who was about and see what we can get up to, I suppose. Big shout out to anybody that's watching this back on the replay, and shout out to anybody from the United States that's watching us. I hope you had a good 4th of July there couple of days ago, so hope you did something nice for that and that you had a good day. I'd normally say 4th of July weekend, but it was during the week this time, so yes, we can't say 4th of July weekend. So I hope everyone's doing well. I see a few people have joined me there. Hello to Roisin and hello to Anthony White. Yeah, I do sleep sometimes. So I actually go to sleep when I don't want to sometimes, and then kind of wake up in a panic. And Roisin's joining us from Ballinacally in County Clare, and Anthony White joining us from, and I know I'm going to butcher the name of this, just give us 1 second, Chincoteague Island, Virginia. I hope I said that right. And hello to Shadowhawk, who's joining us there from North Carolina. So we have just on the screen there, you'll see is our live view of Temple Bar in Dublin, and it's just after being kicking out time at the pub, so a lot of people are just kind of making their way home there. So it's about 2:30 in the morning here in Ireland, kind of a damp night. It's kind of dry there now, but it was raining earlier on. This evening I had the dreaded task of bringing my car up to the NCT, which is kind of like a roadworthiness test. For anyone not from Ireland, it's just kind of a yearly, well, for my car it's yearly. For newer cars, you only have to go, I think it's every Well, for a brand new car, I think it's after 4 years, and then I think it's every 4 years then, and then for a car over 10 years old, it's every year. But I had went up there a couple of weeks ago. The car had failed on 2 brake pipes, so I had to get those fixed, and went up this evening just for to do the brake test. And thankfully it passed, so the Degenerate mobile is back on the road, much to the dismay of other motorists, I suppose. But yeah, so at least I can get back into my routine again, because I didn't like driving the car with no NCT, especially when it got failed for something that was dangerous, I suppose. Well, not I suppose, that's what they said it was. They said it was dangerous. So yeah, I didn't want to be driving that around. I don't really be going too far anyway. I mainly just kind of use the car for in town. Sometimes if I am going to Dublin, I kind of use public transport. Sometimes it's just handier, depending on what you're doing, instead of trying to park and stuff like that up there. It'd be quite expensive as well. And I'll be in Dublin tomorrow at some stage as well. So yeah, kind of, I'd say the weekend will be busy enough, but I hope to do another live stream over the weekend. But as I said, I just said I'd hop on now and see what's going on. So one thing I just wanted to say, just while we have the pub up on the screen there, a little news story I came across today, where Diageo, which is the company that it's the parent company, I suppose, that owns Guinness, among other brands, and Johnny Walker also, but they could be sued for allegedly devaluing the home of a married couple, with vapor emitted from its warehouses in Scotland. I just thought that was a very unusual story. I kind of wanted to look a little bit more at it. So Thomas and Gail Chalmers house is approximately 350 meters from a Diageo whiskey bond warehouse in Bonnybridge in Falkirk in Scotland. And in 2017, the couple filed a lawsuit against Diageo in Scotland for the sum of £40,000, which is about, according to this, is about $48,300 US. And so that was in the Court of Session in Edinburgh for damages to their property. At the time, the couple alleged the facility's release of ethanol into the atmosphere is a nuisance and had produced black fungus that had damaged their house and outdoor furniture. The couple also claimed that the fungus had created a visible black staining on the roof and discoloration at a number of other properties in the area. And in June of last year, the Chalmers alleged that ethanol vapor released from the bonded warehouses had also caused black sooty deposits that damaged their car, plant pots, a trampoline, and a playhouse. The claim was strongly disputed by the drinks giant in 2019. However, on the 30th of June this year, Judge Lady Carmichael found Diageo liable for devaluing the Chalmers property, which I found, I suppose, they must have had good reason to suspect that, I suppose. Well, I'm assuming the Chalmers probably had an independent survey done of that, just to be sure. But I was very surprised there, because usually these big companies have a lot of money behind them in terms of for legal teams and stuff. So I just thought it was crazy, but that it's kind of like a David versus Goliath sort of situation. But it's good to see the little guy winning here, especially if it has done damage to their property like that. Diageo's spokesperson told this article, this publication, which is called The Spirits Business. That's the name of the website or the publication. That they are disappointed in the court decision and are considering their options for an appeal, as they strongly dispute the claims made. The Chalmers paid £139,950 for the house in 2002, and it was revalued in May 2017 to be worth $190,000 to $195,000, which is around $242,000 to $248,000 US. The defence claimed that the value of the house had been reduced by about 5 to 10% because of the effects of fungus on properties in the area. The couple claimed to have continuously worked to clean the fungus from the house and the patio, and are using up to 16 bottles of bleach a year to clean the back of the house. I'm sure the bleach companies are delighted with this, but not good for those people. That can't be really good for your health either, using bleach all the time like that. Denouncing Diageo as liable for the damage, Lady Carmichael concluded that the Averments of damage here are sufficient to permit inquiry. They include a number of allegations about, in particular, a need to clean the property to an extent that is on its face much more than one would normally expect to be the case. She also said that Diageo was liable to the pursuers for legal expenses, so that not only will have to pay compensation, they'll have to pay legal expenses as well, which is good. At least it hasn't cost these people anything. It has cost them something. It's cost them time, I suppose, and heartache. But I mean, at least in the end of it, they're going to get reimbursed for their legal fees and all. Now that's if the Diageo doesn't go ahead and appeal this. But if they appeal it, I suppose. But they're saying that last year, a resident in Tennessee in the US submitted claims that emissions from the Jack Daniel's distillery had caused damage to their home. And I hadn't actually checked that article. I just want to check there to see. Did they actually get paid out? Sorry, just bear with me. I didn't actually see that there was a link to that article. Doesn't look like that guy won, I don't think. Oh no, wait there. I think he did. Sorry. Oh no, see, sorry, I'll just go through this for a second there. Sorry, guys. It says a barrel warehouse project at the Jack Daniel's distillery in Tennessee has been put on hold after a local resident claimed ethanol emissions had damaged her property. It says ethanol emissions from the distillery's barrel warehouses have harmed her business. The woman's second name, sorry, Christy Long is her name. Oh, right there. Oh God, someone's in a bit of bother there. I see an ambulance going. Hopefully whoever that is okay. Yeah, so Christy Long's her name. It said she operates a wedding and party venue close to the site of the warehouses. Long filed a petition against Lincoln County's Department of Planning and Zoning, claiming to have failed to enforce zoning ordinance on barrel warehouses. Long claims that Jack Daniel's producer Brown-Forman is polluting the air by storing whiskey in oak barrels next door to her business. So she got a stop work order. I don't think she wasn't actually looking for any compensation there. She was just looking to stop expanding the distillery there. So I suppose, yeah. There's two cases, I suppose, where where somebody's went up now. Jack Daniel's, yeah. So sorry, yeah. So that's two. That's two cases against distilleries, I suppose, where the little guy has went up against them and won. So that's good to see. But I just wanted to comment on that story there when I had seen it there earlier on. And of course, big story here in Ireland at the moment. Big story here in Ireland at the moment is that is the RTE expenses scandal. I don't know if probably anybody watching from outside outside Ireland probably would not have seen it. But one of the craziest articles, I'm just trying to get one up on screen here. Just making sure that that article wasn't paywalled, and just as I said that, I think it paywalled me. Oh no, it didn't. It was just asking me to subscribe. So why don't I just get this up on the screen there? And we'll have a look at this. Yeah, so this is just so RTE here in Ireland is the national broadcaster. To get a lot of taxpayer money through the license fee and in a number of other ways, but big scandal breaking at the moment. I don't really know where to start with this because it's quite a mess. But as you see from the headline, flip-flops, football jerseys and memberships of elite London club, what RTE's barter accounts bought. Says Meanwhile, RTE spent just over 300,000 in order to deliver undisclosed payments to Ryan Tubridy of €150,000, according to new figures released by the Oireachtas Media Committee on Wednesday. Details of 3 barter accounts used by the broadcaster show that in 2022, 300,000 was spent in total regarding the tripartite deal struck between the presenter, RTE, and Renault to ensure payments of 75,000 per annum to Mr. Tubridy over 3 years. Now, a lot of stuff's been going on over the last while, RTE, with Tubridy leaving the Late Late Show, and it's very fitting, isn't it, that all that was happening. Now, I don't know if that was something that was planned already, or there was kind of a jumping of ship before all this started coming out. But a lot of money being paid out to some of these personalities in RTE, and to be quite honest, myself, I believe that it's quite over the top, to be quite honest. And somebody was quoted the other day as saying that they wouldn't get that sort of money anywhere else. And RTE is saying that we have to pay these people that much money or they'll go elsewhere. And here's the thing, what I always found is there was an awful lot of Irish, we'd say personalities, we'll call them, an awful lot of Irish personalities that were starting out over here. And I always think RTE never gave them a chance. In terms of, you have one that I particularly like, comedian Dara O'Brien. He went over to England and had a great career over there, and along with some others, Graham Norton and stuff like that. Now, RTE probably had they paid these people decent money, or had given these people a chance at the time, they might have these people, at RTE. But I do think, like, I'm not saying some of these people aren't good at what they do or stuff like that, but I just think that there was talent in the country that was let go abroad that could have been kept here. And to be quite honest, I think there's a lot of overpayment going on up there, but mainly anyway, hopefully what will come about from this is that there'll be a whole cleaning of shop up there, where this sort of carry on will be put a stop to. We hope anyway. But there was crazy payments being paid off. There was somebody got a loan of a car, and how long would you expect the loan of a car to be? A couple of days, a week, a couple of hours. This guy had the car for 5 years, and just before this was going to be brought up before a committee, and these committees are to do with, it's basically the government wanting to know what's going on with the taxpayers' money. Just when they knew stuff was going to hit the fan about this car, the guy gave it back the day before. And then when they were questioned on it there the other day or today or whenever it was, and they said, when was the car dropped back? They said, oh, yesterday. So, obviously somebody knew that was going to happen. Just a quick shout out there. I see, because I missed out on a few comments there. Hello to Simon Mitchener joining us, and also hello to Kiwi Dave. Good to see you. Yeah, we're all good here at the moment. Cool and rainy, as Roisin says there. Kind of horrible weather for July, but I'm assured that it will be coming back. I lost where I was there. Hello to Sly Tendencies. How are you doing? Good to see you. Simon saying there, a kind of a Dara O'Brien dream. Yeah, that's right. I had to look at that twice there. I didn't know what you were saying there, but yeah, no, I did. And that's the thing. A lot of the talent went off, and what I was saying is, even some of the talent that was working on stuff like Father Ted and all. The company that was actually producing that was Hat-Trick Productions, and I'm pretty sure they're an English company. So, another good thing is there was a great series here on RTE, Love Hate. A lot of people talk about, great hype about it. There was a lot of people watching it, and it was costing RTE too much money, I believe, to per season, like, because it was a very expensive show to make, I suppose. But very good show. They had something really good going there, and that was gone. And unfortunately, that's something they should have kept going. there's not a lot of stuff I'd watch on RT now. The ladies Ireland the Ireland ladies football team was playing tonight. I was watching a bit of that while I was doing a bit of stuff around the house. I didn't actually see the final score, but I know we were losing 2-0 to France at that stage, so I'm not quite sure what the result of that was. But I wouldn't really watch a whole lot of TV in general, but I definitely don't watch too much RTE. Now, sometimes I might watch Prime Time, which is kind of a current affairs program that they have. I'd watch that if there was some interesting topic on it. And maybe Crime Call, which is just basically like, a roundup of crime and stuff that happens. I think maybe Degenerate Watch should be the new public service broadcaster. We could do our own crime line here, but or Crime Call or whatever. I think we used to be called Crime Line. It's called Crime Call now. But yeah, and Roger saying there the French. Yeah, that's a big thing over there. It seems to just have sparked off chaos. A lot of things I'm seeing is that they reckon that Macron might be finished over there, but I don't know. My friend was recently just over there now, as I said in a previous stream, that he was in a more rural area, so I think he was pretty okay, but he's back home now, back to the lovely Irish weather, but he got back safely, and also but as I said, they were kind of more out in a rural area. I know a lot of that is going off in the cities and stuff like that, but yeah, it's their protest season over there for sure, and the French love a good old protest. Kiwi Dave saying Degenerate Watch wanting a slice of the government purse. Well, I'm telling you, if they're seem to be forking out money hand over fist up there. Well, I know that's probably going to stop now, but they're forking out money out hand over fist over there. Some figures there. They spent 26,000 on Bruce Springsteen and Ed Sheeran concerts. Now, I don't know who was attending these exactly or whatever, and just a lot of clients, entertaining clients and all, or people that, advertisers and stuff like that. But an awful lot of money here. 23,000 on 36 tickets to the 2016 Champions League final. 32,000 on cinema expense labeled RTE Sport, and no other detail there. Great note keeping. 53,700 on RTE's new season launch in 2018. 21,000 on their client summer party. 21,000 on the summer party. I hope there was a lot of clients at it for that money. 33,400 on 2 golf outings for clients at Powers Court Golf Club, which would not be cheap, obviously. And I believe there was also some rental. I read in another article from a golf rental shop, for clubs and shoes and stuff like that. It says between 2019 and 2022, the use of the Astus account, which is this barter account, slowed significantly. However, in 2019, some 65,000 was spent on flights to the Rugby World Cup in Japan, with another 47,000 spent on hotels. Meanwhile, if your grandmother doesn't pay her TV license because she forgot, they will take her to court. There was a woman. There's people being brought to jail for not paying their TV license. You don't go to jail for very long. You might only be in there for a few hours or something like that, depending on the situation. But if you don't pay your fine or whatever. I know in my town the license inspectors were going around a couple of weeks ago. Don't know if they made any detections or anything. A lot of people just don't let them in. But I don't know. It's like a kind of all grey area there with that. But especially now, I think the whole TV license fee is so outdated, to be quite honest with you. And in this day and age, broadcasters should be able to stand on their own 2 feet from their own money that they're bringing in from like advertising and whatever else. To be looking for handouts off the government is I don't know. It's not fair the way that TV license fee was run before, when you had those other networks like TV3, where you have Virgin Media now, but like they don't get any cut out of that, and they have to stand on their own 2 feet. And to be quite honest, sometimes the programming on some of the other networks is actually better. you know, and I know a lot of their programming, some of it mightn't be original program, but then again, of course, on RTE as well, they're buying in shows as well. Somebody in a comment I read on Twitter the other day actually said that the best show they've seen on RTE in the last couple of years was a BBC documentary that they were showing on it. So that'll show you. Simon just said almost, and thanks very much for the super chat there, Simon. Simon saying almost 3 a.m. So I'm off to bed. Just time to throw out something. Just time to throw out something towards some Scooby snacks for the Wolfies, and that's very much appreciated, Simon. Sorry, you got tongue tied trying to read it out there, and I will have a Wolf update video coming soon. Oh, and that reminds me. Thanks for reminding me, Simon. There in the pinned comment, or no, not in the pinned comment, sorry, down in the description, there's a link to the community post where I have a poll running at the moment to decide which wolf we're going to adopt for the next year. Now, as I said to you, I think I said this anyway, that I was going to adopt Aloha again, but unfortunately Aloha passed away at the end of June there, so I decided to put it up for a vote. So if anybody that's interested in voting, go over to the community tab, and that's link to that's down below in the description, and you should be able to vote over there. I think at the moment, if I'm correct, it was 50-50 there just before I come on, but at the moment it's 46-54. So Nakai is on 46%, and Silas, the new ambassador Wolf Pup, is on 54%. So as I said in the post there, I'm going to leave it up for about a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks. I think I said that, for a week or two, yeah, to make sure as many of you as possible are aware and get the chance to have your say. So don't forget to go over there, and you'll probably get fed up of hearing me talking about that poll over the next maybe couple of live streams, and I'll probably mention it in the end of the videos or whatever as well. But yeah, so oh, thanks very much, Simon. Yeah, because I just thought it'd be nice that way for everyone to kind of just kind of have a vote and see who we decide to adopt then. Yeah, so right, where was I it's just because it's late. I'm going to put it down to that. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so there's big controversy going on here over that. Ryan Tuberty was very well respected, I suppose, as a broadcaster, and this is kind of throwing him into a bit of a dark light in terms of the part that I wasn't buying was the fact that he basically said when he was paid, see, when they released figures of how much they were paying people at RTE, he was paid more than they had said, you know, they publicly said they were paying him. And I think he basically came out and, effectively said that he was unaware that this had happened. And, somebody, when you're an adult, it's up to you to keep tabs on your finances. And to be honest with you, either he has that much money that he doesn't notice 300,000 just slipping into his account, as if it was 3 cents falling into anybody else's account. But either that or he's just blatantly, fibbing, and saying, oh, I didn't know that was going on, like the Father Ted line, that money was just resting in the account. But and I thought to myself, no wonder. I was only thinking when he left the Late Late Show, I thought he doesn't have to do anything anymore. He probably has that much money from all that salary he saved up, and then he's probably a few little endorsement deals and stuff like that. I believe there was something to do with Renault there. Apparently the car, because we're just looking here, it was Marty Morrissey, that he apologized over a 5-year ad hoc car arrangement. Like, it's just blown a whole lid off this thing that's going on up there. All this, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if this carrying on, I suppose, with money. Slush fund, basically, they're calling it everywhere. Some sort of slush fund that they had for, I suppose, just using taxpayers' money to do what they wanted to. And, of course, this isn't good. Obviously, with the way things are at the moment, a lot of resources in the country are crying out for money. You know what I mean? And money being poured into there, and it's going on all sorts of little things. And there was a scandal many years ago. Don't know what year, can't remember, but there was a scandal about FOSS, and FOSS is kind of like an employment. They're not there anymore. It's Intrio, it's called now, but it used to be FOSS, and it was basically, the community employment to kind of help people that were unemployed get work, I suppose. And there was a whole scandal years ago about FOSS where they had a slush fund, and those people were going off to the States on these junkets, as they call them. But they were saying that they were going over there to, meet with like enterprise boards and employment. They were kind of saying it was in relation to work, when really they were just fancy holidays they were kind of getting away with on the taxpayer money. But that all came to a head, and of course no lessons were learned, because it's still going on. So if they're going to investigate RTE, then maybe they should investigate some of the other state agencies that get taxpayers money, in case there's other similar stuff going on. I don't see it. It always amazes me how far the reach of these things are. I can't believe Kiwi Dave in New Zealand knows about the two Johnnies. I'll actually see. It might have been. Have a look now and see how much the two Johnnies are getting paid. It says here in the business part, this was last year, but it says last August, it says for the set of accounts for the two Johnnies Productions Limited filed it with Companies Registration Office, showed a duo made a profit of 134,000. But that's just our company. No, I'm looking at how much they're being paid for the radio show. Don't know how much they're being paid. I'm not actually sure if they're actually on RTE. No, I don't really listen to the two Johnnies myself. I tell you a podcast that I listen to. It's the two lads, they used to be on a radio show in Dublin, and then I think the show got a bit too controversial, and they had to kind of like either. I don't know what exactly happened, but I know there was some sort of controversy there. But it's called Opinions Matter. You can find it on Spotify. It's Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon, two radio presenters. They've started their own podcast, and it's basically people ring in. They talk about different topics, mainly stuff that's going on in Ireland. In a lot of it's to do with Dublin, or it's mainly kind of Dublin folk ringing in, but people from all over the country can ring in and stuff like that. And it's kind of like an opinion show. I find it very interesting. I usually listen to it when I'm on my morning walk. So they usually have an episode every day at around 2:00 in the afternoon. I think they actually do it live on Facebook. So anyone's interested in that. But that's what I normally listen to. Yeah, the two Johnnies are actually on. They're on 2FM, which is RTE. And I think actually there was talk about the government might want to split RTE up, and there's something I was reading an article the other day about them wanting to sell 2FM possibly. I'm not sure. I can say it's anything to do with the money there. With the money, what are they getting paid? Just keeps telling me about, how much money they're getting after out of their company. But see, according to this, Ray Darcy's on 457,000. You know what I mean? Hello to Emma, who's joining us there. Good to see you. Isn't it great, the power of social media, how quick things spread out, if you know what I mean? Yeah, but I just, that's after shocking me there to speechlessness. that Ray Darcy's on 400 and is that right? I thought I seen that there a second ago. Maybe I'm. Oh yeah, sorry. Ray Darcy is 57, earns a salary of around 450,000, is struggling to attract a commercial business partnership for his program at a cost of 210,000 a year. Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of people complain about the Ray Darcy show the other day. Just when they were talking about all this RTE stuff, was people complaining about saying that they couldn't listen to Ray Darcy show. I used to like Ray Darcy years ago. He was on the kids show on the Den. To be honest, I don't really listen to that much radio. If I have something in the car, it's usually like music or a podcast or something like that. So, you know, came across a video the other day. Hopefully I'll be able to find it again for you guys. Just let me have a look here. Just when I was talking about electric cars the other day, and this isn't about electric cars, this is about electric bike, but I thought this was a bit crazy. If I can find it. Oh, now I'm completely changing the subject, but that's something else I want to go into. Did any of you guys see the story about the crack in that roller coaster? I'm just after seeing it there in my watch history, and I'm looking for this video. I actually want to. If you haven't seen that, let me know in the comments, and I'll try play that little. I'll try play that little clip there. I'm just trying to find this. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show this now in a second there. Yeah. So as I was saying, okay, just Roisin said, because I will forget about that roller coaster thing. So I'll go back and I'll just bear with me 1 second. And I just want to say, before I do show the clip, sorry, it was to start playing there on me. Just in case anybody's watching this back on the replay and this piece is missing out of it when I go to play this footage, it's because the footage may have been claimed, because I know there's a media rights company managing this piece of footage, because it kind of was one of those viral pieces of footage or whatever. So it may get claimed after the stream. So just in case this bit's missing out of it. So I just that's a word to anybody. If you're ever watching the stream on a replay and it looks like there's a piece missing out of it, it's because something like that's happened, and it's just sometimes just handy to just cut the thing out and just leave it as is. But just yeah, just said I'd say that there. But let's have a look at this. So anyway, so there's a roller coaster. Yeah, I can't. I'm not good at talking and tasking. Right. So yeah, this was on yeah. So this was on a Good Morning America the other day. So a concerned father actually spotted this from outside. He was in the car park outside the theme park, and he spotted this, and his kids had only been on this ride, and it is grim. So no accident happened, but I'm only saying, like, when you see it, it's shocking. And I just want to say thanks very much, Emma, for the 14 sec. I'm not sure what currency that is exactly, but thank you very much. I've never seen that one there before. But thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. The super sticker. Sorry, I'm getting tongue tied here now. But that's very much appreciated. Thanks very much, Emma, and good to see you here as well. Oh, Sweden. See, I wasn't sure. So that's Swedish kroner or kroner. Oh, very good. I never knew that's what it was. It was SEK. So you learn something new every day. Yeah, and interesting how people from so many different places watching. I think a lady commented on one of my videos the other day. I was a video from a while back, and I think she was actually watching from Finland. So we have a bit of a Scandinavian audience there. On Kroner, I wasn't sure if it was Kron or Kroner. I think I might think of a Danish Kron. I'm not sure. Maybe that's what I was thinking when I said that. But yeah. So this father was outside and he happened to see this and we took a video of it. Stop playing Degenerate Watch with the booze. We can't help it. So where am I now? I have this here. Yeah, I have this here ready to play. Yeah, so let's look at this here.
High-speed roller coaster shut down after a crack was spotted in the support beam. Rhiannon Alley joins us with the latest. Good morning.
Let me know. Let me know if you can hear this now. Just in case the volumes are playing. I think it is though. And you're definitely not allowed to turn down the can. You can't, and you can't just have the one either. Like people say that it's just a lie. Nobody's ever just had the one. Not in Ireland, anyway. I don't think.
To you, Rhiannon.
Good morning to you, Juju. Yeah, these images are really shocking. They show a now closed North Carolina amusement park ride seemingly on the brink of disaster, raising questions about inspections and also rider safety. This morning, new details on that terrifying crack in a North Carolina roller coaster support beam. The state's Department of Labor Elevator and Amusement Device Bureau now beginning their investigation, using cranes, inspecting the large fracture through a steel pillar of what Carowinds Amusement Park describes as the world's tallest and fastest giga coaster, the Fury 325.
That group of people will work together to determine what is the corrective action that needs to take place in order to get the equipment back into a fully operational, safe state.
This as new questions emerge as how that crack was not spotted and addressed sooner.
So I just want to go back and look at the size of that crack. How in the name of all that is good did nobody spot that? Like, come on, this Joe Public spotted it from the car park. You know, it wasn't actually up beside the thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Dave's right. It's not a crack. It wasn't even attached. It's basically sheared off there. And that looks like, I know from this distance it does, but you definitely, by the look of that, the size of that, you definitely fit your hand in between that. You know, you'd slide your hand in there. Not obviously not when it's going. You want to take out a nub, but yeah. And did you see it when it was moving there? I think it. We'll go back there. Oh no, you can actually see it properly. Like, yeah, they'll probably show it again anyway. But the amount that moves. Can we slow that down so we can do it even slower? How wide that opens up there. It's crazy. And like that, it's swaying enough, and you just think about that. That's happening multiple times, you know, an hour or whatever, like so many times that's gone by. It's just gonna get worse, like, you know. And if that's the state of that one, you know, maybe they all need to be checked. But this father seeing this from the car park, now his children have just been, I don't know if they were leaving or he just nipped out to the car, but he had said, now they actually probably have his interview on this clip, but he was saying that he pointed it out to a guy in the parking lot, an employee, and they weren't really not that they weren't bothered with it. They couldn't really see what he was on about. I don't think. Now, he did say it was an older gentleman, so maybe give him that his eyesight isn't good. But how is there not people inspecting these things? Like, you'd imagine, like, at somewhere like, I know this isn't Disneyland or anything, but you'd imagine somewhere like Disneyland that have people going out and inspecting the rides daily, if not like in the middle of the day at some stage there might be some sort of inspection or so. I don't know. They definitely must have some sort of system in place, but I don't know how that was missed. And that's not something that developed last night. Like, that's something that's been happening for quite some time. If that was something that happened in one instance, then it must have been a severe stress on that there to cause. That's why I think that's been happening for a long time. It's like a metal fatigue or something, but yeah, crazy.
This morning, new.
I better speed it back up. The lady sounds like she's had a few. And Dave saying clearly it was a drunk Irish inspector. He was a bit drunk and blind, not to see that. Yeah, like I couldn't believe that. So lucky I just spotted it. I meant to bring that up. See, I should have wrote it down on my notes, but I forgot.
But details on that terrifying crack in a North Carolina roller coaster support beam. The state's Department of Labor Elevator and Amusement Device Bureau now beginning their investigation.
And obviously a nightmare as well for that park in PR, because this is all over the news now at the moment. Well, it was going around. You probably will eventually come across it being suggested to you on YouTube or something like that, because it was getting a lot of traction, especially on social media. But not good for the park, especially now it's in the season for parks to be getting busy. Although the family that did the guy that pointed this out to the park in the first place, he actually said that he was going back to the park very soon because they'd already booked tickets. They had some people coming over to visit him, and they have tickets. So I doubt he'll be getting back on the roller coasters, but yeah, big overhaul on safety there needed anyway. But I'll continue playing this clip. Drunk and blind is just a normal day for you, is it? Sometimes that's the way I feel, Dave. Like I'm just going through life drunk and blind.
Using cranes, inspecting the large fracture through a steel pillar of what Carowinds Amusement Park describes as the world's tallest and fastest giga coaster, the Fury 325.
That group of people will work together to determine what is the corrective action that needs to take place in order to get the equipment back into a fully operational, safe state.
This as new questions emerge as how that crack was not spotted and addressed sooner.
I said, that's catastrophic. And I don't have to be an engineer to know this. You guys need to shut this ride down now.
Jeremy Wagner had been at Carowinds all day with his family as the kids went on Fury 325 one last time. He saw the crack and sprang into action, taking video, immediately showing it to employees. The shocking video shows the coaster rounding a turn. As it passes the beam, the crack appears to open and close, the pillar itself shifting as the train of passengers zooms by at approximately 95 miles per hour.
It's one of those things that anybody can make a mistake, but this isn't anybody's mistake unless they just didn't catch it when they should have or could have.
Carowinds releasing a statement saying the ride will remain closed until repairs have been completed, adding, "Safety is our top priority. As part of our comprehensive safety protocols, all rides..."
Hang on a minute there. I have an issue with that there. Safety is our top priority. Yeah, I know they mean well and all that, and safety. If safety was the top priority, then that incident wouldn't have happened, because that would have been spotted. That did not happen the night before or the day before or 10 minutes before that guy started video, and it's obviously people not looking up nor down at the things. And I suppose they can say that that's the top protocol, or that's their top priority, and as part of their comprehensive safety protocols. Comprehensive, well, maybe to have all these comprehensive protocols, to have these systems, but maybe it's the staff are not carrying them out. You know what I mean? If you're telling a lad you have to inspect all the struts or the towers or whatever, and your man goes, yeah, he walks out, yeah, grand, like, you know what I mean? Like, I suppose the park can only do that, but there must be some safety backups here or something. I don't know. Said to undergo daily inspections to ensure their proper function and structural integrity. But what people will want to know is that if there's daily inspections and it's top priority and all of this, then how did that go undetected? And as I said, and keep saying it, that didn't happen recently. That's something that's been going on. And I'm not an expert, but that's just my opinion. By looking at that, I've watched plenty of, I suppose, these kind of disaster things about, you know, buildings, bridges, engineering stuff, plane crashes and stuff like that, to see, like, you know, unless it's an impact or some violent force, which there would, if there had been a violent enough force to cause that in one instance, you know, there would have been a massive accident there, or the train would have come off the rails or whatever. But you know, it's just lucky that, like, nothing did happen, like, especially for that guy, and his kids were only in there.
Including Fury 325, undergo daily inspections to ensure their proper functioning and structural integrity. Melissa Pinto says her son was also on the ride.
Terrifying. And they said they inspect their rides daily. How did something this big go uninspected?
A lot of questions. As for that,
and I do hope people keep pushing, especially the parents of kids that were in the park, or even, you know, just concerned people, or people that have bought tickets that are going to that park soon, you know, to kind of put pressure on them to kind of say, like, to come out with a decent explanation for why that was missed, or either to just come straight out and say, look, we've messed up. You know, we're making sure that it doesn't happen again, but they're gonna have to be transparent and open about it. You know, instead of just issuing these, like, generic statements saying that, you know, their top priority is safety and all, because obviously that's just a given. Like, it should be, like, if you're running a venue that you're charging members of the public to come and attend, and yeah, safety should be your top priority, the same as, you know, safety should be an airline's top priority. But, you know, when a crash happens, like, you know, there's somebody's at fault there, like, you know what I mean? So safety could be the top priority, but, you know, in this case, I don't know what was going on.
That coaster that's under investigation, the state last inspected it back in February. No violations were reported.
So they're saying back in February they last inspected it. So you kind of would need some sort of metal expert with an expertise in metal fatigue to kind of to look at that. Now, maybe you won't get that in depth because there was no actual accident where anyone was hurt or anything like that, but I don't know, like, February, it's now July. I was going to say it's now June. It's now July, like, so, you know, it was a good couple of months ago, but could something that bad happen in that time? Perhaps, maybe, I don't know. But definitely love to see an expert opinion to see how long they think that was actually like that. That'd be very interesting.
Industry experts point out that millions of Americans enjoy amusement park rides every single day. Injury rates are actually extremely low, but when you see this video, it's obviously very concerning. It only takes one time.
Yeah. And it's the amount of time that passed after the crack was first spotted, too, that gets me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, hey there, GMA.
Apparently what the guy said, his full interview wasn't on that, but apparently what the guy had said was that he had went inside and reported it to someone. He had the video on his phone, and he showed it to someone, and they were like, oh, can you airdrop that to me? So he sent it to them or whatever, and then they were like, oh, I'll show that to somebody, and went off. So he was saying he felt like there was no great urgency to actually deal with the problem, like, you know, they were going to go look into it, like, you know, but the ride was shut down. I don't know if that man went a bit more, try find someone else or something, but yeah, it was eventually shut down, and obviously now there's an investigation going on. But it'll be interesting to see what happened, and I would really like to know how long that was in that condition for. Yeah, and Roisin saying there, it didn't suddenly shear apart. I was going back to what Dave said. It's a pick on Degenerate Watch Day, isn't it? It's always a pick on Degenerate Watch Day with Dave. You know, it's terrible what's going on here, but you know, we'll persevere through it. Dave, like, I'm not a media expert, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make things better here. No, but I know what you mean. No, but I know what you mean. Like, it would be nice to see like a proper investigation where like they get some expert in to be able to tell how long that's been like that, and kind of to get answers and explanations off the company that's running the park, or how something like that's can sit like that without being noticed. But yeah, and definitely probably for a while now, they probably want to inspect that place a bit more frequently. But I know there's probably in terms of inspections and all, especially like state inspectors, I know there can be a lack of resources in those areas too, where some states are kind of don't have enough inspectors to go around, especially when it comes to stuff like, you know, infrastructure, like bridges and stuff like that. I've seen a couple of documentaries on the bad condition of some bridges in the United States that just need money put into them, and you know what I mean. It's they don't have enough inspectors going around. I remember seeing an interesting story a long time ago about two inspectors. I think they actually stopped at a food van, and it was only that they were stopped at this food van by chance to notice a massive crack in this overpass, and they got it repaired, and it turned out if it hadn't been noticed, it would have caused a catastrophic failure. I must look more into that, kind of, because it was a long time ago when I was reading about that. So I must kind of look into that and kind of go over it sometime in a stream some night. Yeah, I seem to get a higher percentage of it. It's okay. It's okay. That's what I'm here for, Dave. Everyone can just vent. You know what I mean? And just get it off their chest. Now why have I got that still up there? Now. So now I have a clip I'm going to look at some sort of this is in this from Michigan. Where have we gone now? Yeah, so this is a clip. This is actually from last May. Yeah, this is from last May. So this is an arsonist in Michigan. Now, I don't brutal arsonist, right? Because he's trying to, I presume he's trying to burn this building down, and the building that he's trying to burn down. Well, the area where he's pouring the gasoline is made out of brick. So I don't know what he was expecting to happen here, but yeah, this one's a bit of an interesting one, but Dave saying, wasn't it a case that the BP Gulf oil spill, there was only 3 inspectors for over 1,500 oil rigs? That wouldn't surprise me. I'm not quite sure, but that wouldn't surprise me, to be quite honest. And the amount of rigs down in the Gulf there would actually blow your mind. Like, but yeah, like, no, that wouldn't surprise me from the stuff that I was looking at about a lot of the bridges and like overpasses and stuff. They need an awful lot of maintenance done to them, and it's just that there needs to be major funding put into infrastructure, back into the roads, into bridges, just like to maintain them. Like, and then a lot of, as I was saying, like a lot of the inspectors are like, you know, there's maybe 3, 4, 5 inspectors, maybe not even that many in a state, and they have to, like, you know, they have thousands of bridges to be inspecting, and you can't get around to them all, I suppose. And then as soon as you've inspected one bridge, or by the time you even get back around to inspecting that bridge again, it's probably many years overdue for an inspection. So yeah, well, I don't know what this arsonist was trying to do, Dave, because he wasn't very successful anyway. But yeah, brick building, like I doubt there was very, very much damage done, but let's have a look at this. I wonder. Yeah, no, I can't make it any bigger than that. I was gonna say, could I make it a bit bigger? Oh no, sorry, it just looks smaller on my other screen. Okay. Right, so we're ready to go with this after some messing around there. There's no sound at the start of this, so just in case you don't hear no sound, it's just because the CCTV. The guy is looking like he's some sort of ritual going on here, the way he's dressed. But he's cape on. One of those monks or something like that. Like I don't really know what the plan is here. Like that build is not gonna go up in flames. It's grey hair, like he nearly torches himself. I believe his foot's on fire as he runs off there as well.
Free radio.
See that there? You see his foot. His foot's on fire. Absolute amateur job. And anyway, how stupid is that to be wearing a cloak, right, when you're pouring gasoline on something to go light it on fire? He's lucky to get it all over that when he was pouring it, and it didn't go up in flames. I mean, obviously, we'll tell here now that this man isn't in the right frame of mind anyway. But I'm just saying, like, come on, that's just looking for trouble. But anyway, we'll see here. He legged it, got into his vehicle, and the police caught up with him.
Free radio. Somebody started a fire. Give one flash. I'm on scene.
Yeah, the cost of petrol of that let out, just burning it for no reason. I think in the environment as well.
There's a lot of fire. I'm trying to catch up to the car. It's a gray Buick. They just went northbound on Ruby.
I see north on Ruby.
Stop out, lights out, on wrong traffic. It's a Chevy Malibu, no plate.
Chevy Malibu, no plate. Your color?
It's gonna be green color, and we're on Prospect right now. Going westbound on Prospect. Speed is 49. We're on Prospect. I'm behind it. No plate. Looks like occupied once. We're on Prospect. Still westbound. Let me have all the units come from the other side. They lit up the whole place on fire. Have FD response, please.
He's already on the way.
You're in my car. You're in my car.
Oh, I thought I had him boxed in there.
Three, I'm ramming him.
3, okay, ramming the vehicle.
People getting woke up. The ramming going on outside. Car is mangled. Banjaxed. I know Rosie's gonna say that.
We're running westbound through the yards. Stop! No!
Westbound through the yards.
We're going to send the dog!
Please send the
Get on
dog.
the ground! Who's this guy? I don't know. Go back in your car. Go back in your car. Go back in your car. Charles and Michaels. Charles and Michaels.
Copy, Charles and Michaels.
Charles and Michaels. What's he screaming about?
He is in custody.
He's normal green.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there in the background. I don't know if that was like a resident or something coming out or what was going on, but yeah, that was a bit crazy there. Yeah, there was a bark on offer there, Dave, and I'm sorry that it didn't get the chance to come out and go for a little run after that guy. But yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but that car was totally wrecked in the end. See if I can get back to the bit. Yeah, there's your man there. Like what is going on? He's playing bumper cars. Yeah, the thing is turbo. I've just taken all the people in those houses, you know, they're probably asleep. And then, then outside it's going, I was looking, didn't hit any cars out in that road. I'd be quite mad if I came out and I seen a car mangled because of some lad. Where's but yeah, look at the thing is wrecked. Oh, your man went running out the other side. Yeah, but yeah, that was a bit crazy, but that car's totally wrecked anyway. He thought he was being slick by removing the plates, but the folly of his plan was the fact that he made sure everybody seen him when he was doing it. And I'm not condoning arsonists, but so poor that was. Like, what was he even trying to burn? You know, I don't think he attended arson 101 in order to teach you, you know, go for flammable materials, not bricks. But yeah, maybe he thought the fire was going to get that intense that it would melt brick, but I don't know. Very strange. Yeah, but thankfully, anyway, they managed to get that guy. He didn't get away with that because more than likely he'd be back on the streets doing that the next day, you know. So maybe if there is something a bit wrong with that guy, he'll get some help, like, but yeah, it probably was his mother's car. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, it's just one of those things. And that we don't even know what business that was. I don't know if the guy said it. I think the officer might have said something in the clip, though. I don't know if he said it. I know he said to send the fire department down there. But yeah, maybe your man has some sort of gripe with the store. Maybe he was fired or something. I don't know. I'm only speculating here, but you never know. Doing himself a harm. Yeah, I'm surprised he came out very lucky from that there, especially with that cape he was wearing. Must have took that off because it doesn't look like he was kept running away there, but must have thought he was some sort of superhero going out lighting fires at night time or something. But yeah, very strange. Yeah, hopefully the people in Michigan are a little bit safer now that that guy was taken off the street. Oh, where's my next clip? It's actually a clip that I came across. It's a lady with a getting caught. I think this is in Brazil. She's getting caught with, like, I think she has. I don't know how many it is. It's many. The video's titled "Many Stolen Phones." So yeah, this lady's have been caught. By the looks of it, it's at some sort of a festival or street thing. Maybe she was kind of going around pickpocketing people, but Yeah, this lady gets caught rapid here. You know, she won't even have a phone left to make a call from the jail. They wouldn't even let her use their phone because it might get stolen. This lady's just she just can't resist a bargain.
Filma tirando. Filma tirando. Começa a filmar. Começa a dar o celular. Cadê uma foto? Aqui, ó. Começa a tirar o celular dela. Começa a tirar. Vai, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Vai continuar olhando. Não, calma, calma. Tira a boca. Vai tirando. 9, 10, 11. Tem mais, tem mais. E a bolsa aqui também, ó. Tira a bolsa. Traz ela. Mais um.
Deixa aí suave, calma aí, senhor. Calma aí, senhor. É assim, desse jeito, oprimimos os outros. Pegou, faz seu trabalho, não precisa fazer amigo. Fecha não, ele vai ter que fazer o trabalho dele, respeito. Eu não é assim não.
Yeah, if you're looking for a translation, just at the end there, she was said, "Oh no, I swear I was only holding them for a friend," or "I found these." Another good excuse would have been, "I'm a businesswoman and I need these phones for my business, my many different businesses. I'm so legit here." But I can't believe how many phones that lady had. Not sure if I'd want any of those phones considering where they've been. You know, for resale. You know, oh no, it's just perfect condition phone. Yeah, why is it icky? You know what I mean? I just don't understand that. But yeah, I don't know. How many phones was that? Was about 10 phones or more? But yeah, crazy. But yeah, and that lady's definitely a pro. So how many phones has that lady taken before? We don't know. But yeah, I think that was in Brazil or somewhere like that. Yeah, one phone's enough. The other phone, do you remember, like, I don't know, many years ago, but remember they were making phones smaller and smaller and smaller. That was the trend for one stage. And now it's just a thing of bigger, bigger, bigger. You know what I mean? Like, there's some phones now, they're not really a phone. They're somewhere between a phone and a tablet nearly. You know what I mean? But yeah, she's popular at parties. You can't leave anything down around that lady. Not your phone anyway. I can imagine that's a regular thing for her. That's probably her thing. Preheated. Oh, just fabulous. Preheated is not even a screen protector would be good enough. Yeah, phablet. I think that's what they're. That's what they're. You know what I mean? You can't actually carry it around in a pocket. But and then I don't know. I don't think that craze really took off with those foldable screen phones either. I don't know. That looked a bit iffy. Yeah, because to say, like, you know, you get so many, what would you say, cycles of opening and shutting it before it starts deteriorating or whatever. Just think of the amount of times you'd be flipping it open and shut. Like, you wouldn't really realize how much you'd be doing it. A fabulous phablet. The phablet is fab. Hello to Josiah Stalbert SJ, who's joined us. Good to see you. Saying, I know that someone has to do policing, but you couldn't pay me enough to deal with these POS. Yeah, I wouldn't like to be gone fishing in someone's drawers for other people's mobile phones. They must have been watching her there, you know, going around multiple people, like, stealing, like, and then like, thank God they got her anyway. You know, so she didn't continue on. But how many more phones was she going to actually steal. You know, there was just no stopping her that day. A phone popping party. It's only phones allowed at a phone popping party, no phablets. Definitely not. But yeah, I think in a lot of places, I don't think police officers are paid enough to be dealing with the stuff that they're having to deal with. Yeah, she is. She's definitely stepping up the game there. She's been practicing. You know, not a family member has a phone left, I wouldn't say. But yeah. Crazy. A lot of stuff like that going on there. I actually seen that I have a clip for another stream. I think because I don't actually think I have a handy here. If I have a handy, I'll throw it up there. Just having a look for it there because I think I might have had it. I think I might have saved it somewhere else. Maybe I did now. Just bear with me for a second. It's basically this lady, right? And like maybe you've seen the clip. I will get it for next time though if I can't find it here. And she's actually on a bus in Brazil where this armed guy comes on and he's like going along the bus trying to rob everyone. And like she's really smart, like because she has a decoy phone, so she quickly puts her own like good phone under her leg, and then she whips out this obviously burner phone, like this like probably think doesn't work or an old phone, and she hands it to the guy, and then he makes his way on because obviously he's not checking how the phone's working. He's just taking off everybody and then getting off the bus. But you know, she was very smart. So obviously she's been in that situation before. She's just very savvy. But terrible that you have to like carry a burner phone. Excuse me. That you have to carry a burner phone with you. And I do think I have saved that clip on probably on one of my drives or something like that. Because I don't see it there. Actually, yeah. I found another clip. Yeah, so I'll get that clip for another time. But yeah, yeah, that lady does seem comfortable with all the phones. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they were organized in such a way. It's like, you know, it was strategic, like, you know, that it had been practiced, you know. It was like there was procedure to the whole thing, you know. These phones there and you stack them in and you know you should hold 20 or whatever, like, you know. But yeah, it was well thought out. But they see a lot of these people, like if they didn't turn to crime and they actually used their smarts and their skills like that for good, they'd probably be okay. Like they'd probably get on well. Like, but you know what I mean? You see some of these, like, you know, these people who pull off heists are experts at planning things and organizing and all. If they were like event planners or, you know, managers or project managers or something, they'd probably do well. But you know what I mean? But yeah, get into the crime. Oh no, I can't believe that now. I just put up the clip and then I knocked it off. See, I did my mistakes here. So yeah, we'll have a look at this clip. I'm pretty sure I want to say this is from Florida. I think it is. I can't remember, but I think it is from Florida. This is what not to do when going to the beach for a day out. Oh, that's actually true, Russian. They're not that good because when they get caught, it's the lads you don't hear about. You know, the theft you hear about, but it never gets solved. They're the smart guys, I suppose. Anyone ever watched that show Masterminds? It's a lot of episodes of it. I think there should be still there anyway on YouTube. It's just about all these different crimes and all that, but it just shows you, you know, kind of the more cunning crimes and all that. Like, it's very interesting. Phone and underwear stuffer. Yeah, she's finding it hard to find employment, you know, so she's had to go out on her own. You know what I mean? Set up her own business. Like, she's an entrepreneur. Give the woman a break. She's been what would you say? She's making endeavors. She's trying her best. So let's have a look at this clip here. This is what not to be doing at the beach. Definitely not.
Who's driving?
They're over there. We're just some of the people they almost hit, like
Okay.
this little girl.
Okay, what happened?
I'm not sure. I was the driver, and they kind of stopped us, and they said that we almost hit a child. I didn't think that we did.
Sorry, that woman is sloshed. She's sloshed more than the water is sloshing on her vehicle. They said we hit a child, but I don't think we did. Or they're just making it up. Like, or we nearly hit a child, but I don't think we did, or whatever she said there in her incoherent babbling. But, like, come on, like, it's like we're only a second in here, and I'm already suspicious.
But that's what they told us.
Any unit on the reckless driver on Smyrna Dunes?
That's shameful.
Yeah,
Do you even drive
people are
down
down
there?
here because you can't drive on this part of the beach.
I'm so sorry. We were driving from New Smyrna, and we got over here, and we were just trying to.
You got over there because you had a few too many to drink before you got into the vehicle. Like, how just right there. Like, when it actually shows you there, the zoom out. Look at the remoteness of that area. Hang on there. Like, why are you even driving up there? Like, even the cop said to her there, like, you're not supposed to be driving on that part of the beach. Like, what possesses you to drive up there and think that's a good idea? Like, yeah, I'll do wonders for the bodywork on the car. That will and the electrics. That car's ruined now altogether. You know, and hopefully she has to pay for the removal. Hopefully the state's not going to pay for that. And Dave's saying you should search for the German DNA mystery on here. QI did a clip about it. It makes some cops look a bit silly. I will have a look into that. She wasn't following the Apple Maps. She was following the Apple Schnapps by the sounds of her there. And the friend. I don't think the friend's any worse. Any better. They're both worse for wear.
Yeah, well, the people are down here because you can't drive on this part of the beach.
I'm so sorry. We were driving from New Smyrna, and we got over here, and we were just trying to turn around. We didn't think that we could do a U-turn around here, so we were trying to keep going.
Let me go look in the car real quick. You have your license on you?
Yes, I do. It's in my phone, but it's in the car.
I would get your phone out of there. Your car's not going to be moving for a while.
Okay, can I get it?
Yeah, go get your license and your phone. She's going to go to jail. Okay?
No.
All right, so you can go with her, or you can stay out and get her out of jail with a bond.
And why am I going to jail?
So right now, I think you're driving under the influence.
Okay.
All right.
No.
Then we got reckless with multiple people over here. You were inches away from multiple people. Okay.
I can't have her.
So go ahead, turn it up for me. Okay, back.
Oh my God. See.
Yes. Sorry.
What do I do now?
Call the Volusia County Branch Jail to get her bond. It's not. Still have a bond.
You can bond her out.
Yeah. So like yeah, so she was definitely getting arrested anyway. There was no doubt about that. We knew that that was going to happen. But yeah. What's that saying? What did I say? She was so drunk, not even the tide would take her out. But isn't that ridiculous there? And then the resources wasted on that as well, like with the helicopter out and everything, like, you know, it's absolutely crazy there. But yeah, especially that doesn't even bear to think about with her being drunk driving around that car on a beach with kids around and all that. It's lucky nobody was killed there. She doesn't really even not look like she knows what was going on. And just there, what you were saying there a minute ago there, Dave, about the German DNA mystery. I was kind of I was looking for it there. Hang on a second. And I can't find. Maybe I'm not searching for it right. Hang on. Is it see when I'm searching that on YouTube there. Yeah. Right there, hang on. Yeah, that was definitely a 50K or even more drive, depending on what our fines and stuff were. And yeah, maybe it wasn't even her car. I can imagine it was someone else's car, and you had to go explain that you'd had a few drinks. But right there now. Just trying to tidy up. I had a few tabs open there. Oh, sorry about that there. No, I don't think the insurance. Yeah, I do, Dave. Send us a link there. Yeah, the insurance definitely won't cover that for, especially because it's our own stupidity that's caused it in the first place. Yeah, and the insurance gonna just wipe their hands of that completely, especially when the fact that you're intoxicated comes into it. You know, they don't want to know about it. They don't want to know about it for sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like those things as well, you know, where they're always warning people in the winter. Don't leave your car running outside. You know, on the border, if you're going out to work or something, or if you're going off somewhere, don't leave your car running out there in case someone comes up and hops into it with the keys in it, and they drive off. Your insurance won't cover you then, because it's like basically handing the thieves the keys. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, you know, and oh, I can't imagine what other mess there was, like, because it didn't look like that old of a car, to be honest with you. And imagine it was on finance either, like that, and you're stuck paying for that as well. You know what I mean? You have to go get a new car if it was something like that. Oh, that doesn't even bear to think about the actual cost. Yeah, the thing I'm only after saying that I had this open in a tab. So I was saying earlier on about this e-bike, right? So there's this just was randomly suggested to me the other day, and I just thought it was interesting. So some guy, he's after buying this e-bike. You know, I think he's just after getting into e-bikes or whatever like that. So he's after spending like $6,000 on this bike, right? On this like electric motorbike or whatever, and this is his first run out, I think, on it, and quite shocking. Oh, I'll just pop it up there. Yeah, imagine that as well, like, because they'd be thinking as well about all the fluids in the car, you know, if they go leaking. That's not good. Especially that area, the way it looks there, it looks like pristine, like, you know what I mean? And obviously, like, you know, it's a tourist hotspot by the looks of it, or not even just tourists, like obviously locals or whatever, but it does look like a busy area. And yeah, that sort of carry on going on. I'd say that she was noticed straight away driving down there, and it's just that, you know, probably fortunately the car got stuck there, to be quite honest with you, and she didn't keep driving, or she wasn't going to drive back, because I presumed they were heading down to the beach for the day. I'm probably going to have more drink down at the beach. But yeah, so anyway, this video here is on a channel called Jamie Bouchard. And it was just suggested to me the other day, and I came across this. Now, I'm obviously going to skip through this a little bit, because there is a good portion of it where he's just out riding the bike. But as you can see from the title there, e-bike bursts into flames in the first 3 miles. He said, beware of Mike Moser e-bikes. So he spent $6,000 on this bike, and I thought it was pretty cool when he was out on it and all, but then obviously not cool with with what happens after, and I feel bad for the man as well. Don't know if the thing's insured or what's the story, but we're going to look at this, and I have a few comments about what happens when the thing bursts into flames. Just making sure I have it in there. Yeah, so I'm gonna pop this on there.
I'm a freaking e-bike guy. See what we got over here in my new shed. Oh, just kidding. I thought I had my pink bike in there. All right. Well below 30 degrees. 83.8 volts. Mode 1. This is so weird. I'm going to be a lazy, fat fuck by the end of this. Get my camera adjusted right. Tightened. All right.
So as you can see, he's after getting this new e-bike, you know, and he's pretty excited. You can tell about his new e-bike, and he's taking it out for his first spin. Now, don't mind the speed there in the corner. He even says that in the video that it's some sort of GPS guided speed, and that it's going all over the place, so it's not accurate. But yeah, so I'll skip it a little bit further, because he's just kind of driving along or whatever, and he does ramp it up to the full whack that it can go, and he does, you know, kind of give it a bit of welly here and there or whatever, which obviously, like, you know, obviously that the thing is built for that, so like you can't say, oh well, you shouldn't have been out doing that. Now, I know some people say, oh, you might want to wear the thing in or whatever, but even so, I wouldn't expect this to happen. You know, it's not kind of mechanical, I suppose, like a normal motorbike when you'd be thinking of wearing in, but maybe they're saying maybe you don't want the battery to be used, you know, to the extreme straight away or something. But you know, people are going to do that, so I don't know if there's that sort of stipulation with things like that. I know if you buy a new car or something like that, you know, you shouldn't be driving it hard. Sorry, pardon me yawning there. You shouldn't be driving it hard, like if you're only after buying it and the engine hasn't been kind of worn in a bit. But I don't think the same applies to like electric motorbikes, like. But so we'll skip it on a little bit. This thing is quite cool. Like it is pretty quick. And, you know, on the face of it here, as I was watching it, I was thinking, like, you know, the bike seems fairly decent. It's a nice looking bike and all that, and it's pretty cool, you know, electric bike, and you know. But I didn't know at the time because I hadn't read the description, but I didn't know like it was $6,000 until he said it later on in the video. I was like, whoa, that's expensive. What a bike. You can even see like there, like as I said, he is excited, and you can see that there he probably, you know, he's probably well happy with it. Yeah, oh, thanks for the link there, Dave. I'll actually just give us 1 second till I grab that so I don't I'll just grab that there so I don't forget. Now, thanks for that there, Dave. So as I was saying there, this guy seems pretty happy with his purchase, but that is about to change. And the reason why I'm kind of bringing up these clips, it's not that I'm hating on like electric cars or electric bikes or nothing. Like I think they are pretty cool and they do have a place. But I think in in a lot of situations, you have to be kind of wary of things. Like I've seen with people with a lot of these e-bikes lately, it's stuff to do with batteries. So like there was one video on YouTube I was watching where a guy was saying that he knows someone that works in like one of these repair shops, and they do a bit of work on electric bikes and stuff like that. And some guy came in and said, can you do a repair on a battery for this make of bike? And they were like, oh no, we don't stock that make at all, so like we can't do repairs on it. And he was like, oh okay, I guess I'll just buy a battery that I seen on Alibaba. Like and that's the problem they're saying, like, is you could be buying these batteries that maybe are subpar, not really good quality, and you're putting them into these high capacity chargers, or you're going to put them into, I'm not saying this bike obviously is brand new, like, but I mean, if you were going to put it into your bike as a replacement, and maybe it's not right. Do you know what I mean? And then you start having problems. I don't know, maybe damages the motors because the voltage isn't right, or maybe, as in some cases, maybe it overheats or goes on fire. Now, I know there are ways of combating these things as well. Like there's these, like, I've seen these bags you can put over it. Now, to be quite honest, they don't look that effective. They're supposed to stop fire and stuff like that. I don't really think they're as effective as, you know, you'd imagine. But there's other things you can put it in. They're like a metal box you can put it in, so even if the battery explodes, it's contained within this metal box. It's like, you know, something you'd put in like a hold of an airplane with you know, like stuff like that in it, in case like anything happens, there's no like blast to damage the plane or whatever. It's kind of something like that you put it in your house, and you can put the bike in it, or your scooter or whatever it is, and it should stop that, prevent that. Well, even if it goes on fire, like and it somehow comes out with that, which is, it would be hard, but at least it's giving you extra time that you wouldn't have with if it was just sitting out in the floor, you know. So they're making like devices and I suppose stuff that you can be a bit safer. But what the guy in the clip was saying is that, you know, you want to be wary of like buying cheap parts to put onto your electric bikes, cheap chargers, cheap batteries mainly, because you just don't know the quality and you don't know what might happen. But as I was saying, this guy, brand new bike, $6,000, and you know, you'd expect it to be top notch, I suppose. As you see, everything seems to be going okay, but not for very much longer. There's a couple of things that strike me about this, you know, which I'll get into when just a little bit further here. Uh-oh.
No.
Now, I just have to say, the second that starts smoking, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have got straight off and left it in the middle of the road. I wouldn't have rode it over to the side of the road. That's my first observation. I know at the time you're in a panic. You're not really thinking of it. In hindsight, it's great to look back and say, but definitely, I don't think I would have stayed on that bike. I would have just stopped it, dropped it, and got out of there. But yeah.
No, I'm good. I think so.
Now, this guy approaches the bike a number of times. Now, when I see the battery smoking like that, my first thing is not fire, is explosion. Do not want that battery exploding in my face. So I would be going nowhere near that. What he's trying to do is he's trying to somehow disconnect the battery, because I presume he thinks it's probably overheating or something like that, maybe, and he thinks maybe if I disconnect it, it'll stop. But I just think there's something going on there. Not quite sure what it is, but there's definitely the battery is malfunctioned. It's not just overheating, I don't think. But I would be worried about it exploding. So I wouldn't go anywhere near it. And the people in the comments were even saying about, like, there's no way you'd be putting your hand anywhere near that or your face anywhere near that. Now, I seen the guy pull out his phone and I thought, great, he's going to call the fire department and, you know, stay back away from it. But no, he's pulling it out to get some footage. And even people are saying in the comments as well, I can't believe the man's first thought was to record just to get footage, like, you know, probably for YouTube, like, but I don't know. He does seem fairly interested in getting that. I would just be ringing the fire department immediately. I'd be staying well away from the thing as well.
That can't be good.
No, sir.
I don't even know what the fuck to do.
Well, what you do, sir, is probably ring the fire department and stay as far away from that bike as possible. Like, the smoke coming off that, it's not like a wisp is coming off it. Like, that thing is smoldering. It's like, look at there when you look at it. It's like cotton wool coming off it. It's that thick. You know, it's definitely not good. And yeah, $6,000. I think he actually says it now in a minute here in the video, but yeah, $6,000. Don't know why it was so dear. Probably some sort of high capacity battery, probably big range on it or something like that. I don't know. I'm not that, you know, up on them, whether that is an expensive brand or what the start. Well, it obviously is expensive, $6,000, but I don't know, like, what is $6,000 dear for this? Is it mid range? I'm not quite sure. I have seen other electric bikes for as expensive as 10,000, which you'd nearly buy a car for it, I suppose, in some places. But I know that's not the point. That they're trying to avoid the car. That's probably why they're buying it. But very expensive for 10 grand bike. There's even bikes out there that aren't electric that are thousands, which is crazy. Like, but I would be sick if I paid that much money for this. And I don't know, there has to be some kind of comeback on that if it's only brand new. Like, he has to be able to get like some sort of, like, there has to be a warranty, like, you know what I mean? But or even insurance, but maybe. But yeah, crazy. And sorry for pausing again there, just after seeing the comments there. 100% what Roisin and Josiah are saying there as well. Toxic smoke, definitely that is not something you want to be breathing in. Definitely not. And look where we are now. So this is obviously some sort of chest mounted camera, probably a GoPro or something like that. Probably, like, you know, like a body cam, probably that sort of height on him. And so we're like directly leaning over this thing now. If that explodes, not only are you going to get that, there's probably going to be pieces of shrapnel flying off it. And like, I just don't know. I don't know how this man is doing that. I would not be concerned one bit about trying to disconnect the battery. If the thing blows up and destroys the bike to smithereens, then so be it. I'd rather that than destroying my face or something, like, or losing an arm or something. But and then Locaron or Locaroni, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Saying the battery did not have the amperage to support the motor, shorted the battery, and it did when you look back at when he was coming up, it did seem like there was some sort of he lost power, or there was some sort of faltering going on with the motor. So yeah, it probably like overloaded the battery or something, and like you're saying, it's shorted out. But yeah, like, definitely wouldn't be leaning over it there. And then I was just saying that Roger was saying my Suzuki never did that. No, definitely not. See, that's the thing. You don't have to. You didn't have to worry about that. You know, with a conventional motorbike. Yeah, I'm not saying they couldn't go on fire, but like, come on, like, I don't think they were going on fire straight out the factory. But you know, you have to give it some sort of you have to give it a lot of abuse to make it burn on its first trip. Yeah, I was hoping it'd be still under warranty for him anyway, because, you know, I'm not sure. I'll keep my little gas engine bandit. It was half the price. Yeah, and probably a little bit more fun. Well, this is no fun here anyway. Could have, probably bought two of them for the price of that. So then, at least if one did blow up, you'd have another one. This guy has zero at the moment. And just saying, if you pay $6,000 for an electric bike with pedals, you have more money than brains. And I just don't know how people could spend that much money. And I know, as I'm saying, I'm not into all that or whatever. Like, I would like to have one of those little electric scooters, but that'd be just like, I'd probably, and I'm not about for like every day, but just having one of them, you know, to kind of if you went off on trips anywhere, bring it with you or whatever like that, or possibly if I went to Dublin to use it to get around or something like that. But I don't know, you're probably taking their life in your hands going on the roads up there. But I know there's legislation coming in where they'll be legal. I soon, I think it's coming in. and that's why like they're kind of expensive at the moment. But I think when they're legal here, there'll be more supply, so I think the price will go down a bit. I may be wrong, but you know, there'll be more demand there for it, like, you know, from people, I think, a little bit. But my whole thing is like, when I see all these things, I worry about having it in the house. Do you know what I mean? I know a lot, like I was looking at a few people saying like if you buy a good bike or a good bike or a good scooter or something like that, and like you have like the proper charger for it and all, like, you know, everything, you're not buying bits off eBay and bits off here, you know, to kind of fix things up with. If you buy a good one and then you like charge it when you're awake, like don't leave it charging overnight and stuff like that. You should be safe, like, you know. Um yeah, I don't know where the priority is spending the 6 grand there, but I would not. I would not. Yeah, in neighborhood, in large cities, yeah, they'd be pretty useful for getting around and all, especially like if you want to leave the car but you want to get somewhere quick. You know, I don't mind walking. I live in a small town, so it's not too bad. Like, but it would be cool, like if you're ever going to Dublin to do a few bits or anything like that, if you brought it with you, or even, you know, I can't think off the top of my head, but I know I'd have a couple of uses for it. Especially if I just wanted to run somewhere really quick and I didn't want to bring the car or anything. But um. Yeah, you never know, Roshi. Maybe, and like I suppose, like I did work with a guy, and like he didn't spend that much, but he spent a good bit of money. I think it was well over 1,000 quid. It was actually no, so it was probably nearly close to 2,000 quid on this bike. It wasn't a full electric; it was kind of an electric assisted bike. But like he was using that to get in and out from just outside the town into work, like, and I suppose for him, he was into motorbikes and stuff like that, and he was working to get his motorbike license. So for him, it made sense to have the bike kind of get used to being on the road, and you know, stuff like that while he was working for his bike license. But maybe this guy, yeah, maybe you're right. Could be a situation like that where maybe if you were off the road or something like that, and that would maybe warrant spending that much on a bike. But yeah, that's exactly what they're called, Luckeron or Luckeroni. If I'm saying it right. Saying purchase a good battery box for charging. I think that's what they were called, battery boxes or bat boxes or something like that. And yeah, you just put the whole thing into it. Or you can check, you know, there's other ones. Like there was one I seen, like you put the whole bike or the whole scooter into the thing and shut it. I think you store it in there overnight if you want it inside. Especially in apartments, they're saying that's good. Because you know, if it's in an apartment and it goes on fire or whatever, like there might be only one escape route and that might be in the way or whatever. You know, if it's in your flat, like, or whatever. Yeah, make sure the batteries are removable. Yeah, you don't want one. Like I suppose there's probably cheap e-bikes out there where it's like the unit's all built in, so you can't actually remove the battery. You have to keep. Oh my god! I just had to say that. Oh, Locker One. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was looking at it like, you know, like Toblerone, the chocolate, like Luckeron or Luckeroni. I can't believe that. Well, that was a gaff. I'm surprised that Dave's gonna pull me on that on that one now. Oh no, thanks for setting me straight on that Lurker one. I can't believe that. But yeah, like so anyway, this guy's hovering over this bike. It's just a disaster when. I'm sorry, I just have to comment on that guy is breathing so heavy, most likely because of the smoke coming off that bike. You know what I mean? Just in case you guys are wondering what the heavy breathing is.
Fuck me, dude. It's good. It's not on fire. It just overheated. Thank you.
I love
I
the way
do,
he's
yeah.
downplaying
Appreciate
it.
it.
No, get your look ahead right over it. No, please. No. Sorry.
I don't know how to unplug my fucking battery.
Forget about the battery. Forget about it. Because it'll unplug your face if it goes off. You should be on a commercial for what not to do.
$6,000. She melting. She melting.
See, like, this is what I'm telling you. So I'm going back to that for 1 second. I'm probably annoying you guys, but like, see how easily, like, the second that fell on the ground, it burst into flames. Like, how on the edge of like doing that to his face a minute ago was that? Like, it's probably lucky it fell down. He wasn't able to continue leaning over it.
$6,000. She melting.
Like, look how quick it burst into flames.
She melting.
And even when it's in flames, he still won't go away from it. Oh. And still no call in the fire department. Because I'm thinking as well, like, because I'm thinking, see the heat off that, like, it's going up. There's a lot of power cables running along the top now. I don't know how intense the heat off that is. That'd be another concern, that it might damage the power cables. You don't want one of them coming down on top of you and you standing underneath it. The best thing to do when stuff is smoldering, smoking, in flames, is to move away from that source of flame. You know what I mean? Don't be standing over, hovering over. Forget about the battery. The battery's toast. The bike will be going back to the manufacturer, I hope, for a refund. So don't be worrying about that. Just worry about, like, preserving yourself.
Yeah, this is awesome. I fucking love it. Mode 2. It's fine.
Mode 2, it's fire.
Are you fucking serious, dude?
You took the definition of burn rubber too hard. Go out and burn rubber on your new bike.
Thank you.
There's some engine in that truck gone by there.
Oh yeah, we got video, don't we?
Just having a cigarette, watching my $6,000 burn.
Yeah.
And everything exploded. So.
I just paid $6,000.
What did she say?
Yeah.
And everything exploded. And he was trying to save a brand new battery he just paid $600 for.
Yeah.
And everything exploded. So.
See, that lady even has a bit of sense there. That lady's trying to tell him, like, you know, she knows someone that had a battery and it exploded or whatever, like. Because you've probably seen him hovering over the bike. But that's not the first thing I'd be saying to somebody either. Like, I'm just after paying $6,000 for that. I'd feel a bit embarrassed, I suppose. Like, a bit like, oh, I wouldn't want people thinking like, oh, you idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't even bother mentioning that. I'd be just like, oh, I'm only after getting me bike. And then if they asked how much I paid for it, I might tell them, like, do you know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know, and still, I don't think he's rang the fire department yet. You know, I'm just saying, like, you know, there's not a major risk there. Like, obviously, to keep people away from it, if he stays away from it. But like, you know, come on, like, I'm just thinking of the power cables. Like, I don't know if the heat's probably not that intense off that. Like, when I'm looking at it from here, they're probably far enough away. But still, like, do you know what I mean? Call someone.
I just paid 6,000. Yep.
What happened?
No idea. It's my very first ride on it. I just bought it.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everyone's just like, it's just so casual. Like, you know,
I don't know.
Like,
I think that they're right there.
it's the flaming bike in the street and nobody cares.
Hello. I don't know. I went 2 miles, maybe 3. Mode 2 in the middle.
See,
it just started.
See, look, it's more important. Like, people have to realize, why ring the fire department when you can ring your buddy to tell him about Mode 2 and the thing, you know, the whole thing, like, video it for social media. Like, okay, like, the body cam or the GoPro, fair enough, because he was, you know, out on the bike. But like, just, I would have, as I said, I keep saying this, I would have just got away from the thing. I wouldn't have been really concerning myself with recording, because I would have known I have the footage on the GoPro. Now, I know he could have been doing it for his warranty or whatever, but if that thing had burst into flames when he was leaning over it, it wouldn't have been worrying about his warranty then.
You think? I have no idea. I've got my GoPro going the entire time. I maybe went 30 miles an hour, maybe 35 max. I have no idea.
Smoke off that as well. Like, it's like, that's another thing I'm noticing.
All
Like,
right, I gotta get going.
Gonna stand in a better position, away from it altogether. I suppose it doesn't matter, he's there smoking anyway. Like, so he's probably thinking,
Can you come to the Four Corners on Kenduskeg,
oh, is
please?
that the fire department he's ringing? No.
Yeah.
Well, that school bus is going by.
Down in Glenburn, yeah. I appreciate you.
I know what you're calling for, boy. You don't give me that box, I wouldn't even offer.
No.
I've learned the hard way.
Me too.
That's why I said.
Yes, sir. Definitely learned the hard way. Seen there in the comments, Lurker One saying, from Ready Player One, a figure on YouTube, Lurker One was appropriate. Yeah, no, it is. It is. I know I know where you're coming from with that. I was gonna. We were saying something. Were we saying something about lurking or something one night, or just? Was it, oh no, somebody came in the comments or something. That was what it was. That was near the end of the stream. I just said, somebody said something like, oh, I've been lurking here for the whole stream or something like that. Yeah. He's like, I paid $6,000 and I'm gonna watch it burn.
Get an
Don't call the
e-bike,
fire
they said.
department.
It'll be fun.
Oh, someone's calling the fire department. I heard the word fire department mentioned.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
I think she rang them. I think someone's taking a bit of responsibility here. Oh, here's it. I've been telling that guy to stay away. Oh no, he wasn't coming over. He's probably ringing the fire department either. On the phone.
$6,000.
Expensive fire. That's an expensive barbecue. There's even a fire hydrant there. See, call his buddy. Now, wait a minute. Hang on. He's got it all wrong here. He was supposed to call the fire department in the red truck, not his buddy in the red truck. Come on now. It's not a fire engine.
Get an e-bike. They said it'll be fun. What a blast. I'm having fun.
Nearly was a blast. At least the fire department are here now. The fire's nearly out.
I'm good.
Okay.
I look up and there's a hexagon-shaped metal craft.
That escalated quickly. That really, I wasn't expecting it to jump that quickly. Yeah, so caught me unaware there. I was eating some jellies. Yeah, so that's a bit crazy, isn't it? $6,000 up in flames. Don't know what the story is going to be there with his warranty. Hopefully he does have a warranty after paying that price anyway. He should do anyway, but yeah, definitely I would be getting my money back. I wouldn't be getting another one, like, you know. Yeah, I'm still chewing these jellies here. I was only getting them because I was starting to get peckish. But because I tell you, it'll be nearly breakfast time by the time. I don't know what's going on here. Whistleblower and his alien encounters. How did this happen? Sorry, that's definitely what we need at near 5 o'clock in the morning. Is a deep dive down the rabbit hole of UFOs. But yeah, let's quickly see what's happening. Nothing, of course. Over here. Just before, as you can see here, these are the scenes at the moment outside that pub. But everything's quiet, not a sinner there at all now. 20 to 5. Dave's like, what have you been watching? Well, I actually was watching something the other day. Actually, there was a guy talking about there was all these videos coming out now about, you know, these these governments, like the US government and some others, are starting to release, you know, files about UFOs, about stuff that pilots have seen and all. So watching some of those things, but don't know what the story with that is there. That looks like one of those conspiracy videos where your man's gonna be talking about. Well, I think that was in the title there, about cover-ups or something. But yeah, maybe they're among us, Dave. Maybe they're here already. But I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those things where you have to see it to believe it, and I don't think I want to see it. We might get freaked out. But you know those stories you hear people they're driving down this lonesome road somewhere, and then there's something in the sky, and they're like looking at it, so they get out to have a look, and then the thing lands, and they're getting beamed up and all this. Like, no, I'd freak out. Like, as I remember somebody saying that to me years ago. What would you do? I think we were out driving late at night one night. So what would you do if you drove around the next corner, like, and there was 2 aliens standing in the road or something? And I said to somebody, "Oh, you'd have to mow them down, wouldn't you? Like, you couldn't stop, like." And they're saying, "Oh, they probably wouldn't let you mow them down. Like, they probably have some sort of force field around them or something like that." You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be able to hit them. Like, either that or you'd start some sort of galactic incident. You know what I mean? And hit and run on these lads, like. So they don't have to pay child support. That's what they're all doing. Imagine all those aliens that are like visiting here. If these are craft, they're just like all these alien fathers that are trying to dodge child support, that are flying across the galaxy as far away from the baby mothers as they can. It's like if I'm in another galaxy, they can't find me. It's like being in another jurisdiction, but I'm pretty sure advanced civilizations can get you in your own galaxy, so you have to go outside the galaxy. You know what I mean? Like, but I think I do like to think that with the size of the universe and all that there has to be something else out there. And like if we're the only people there, I don't know if it's a bit, I don't know if it's a bit scary, is it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, think about it, like, even though there's so many billion people, we're alone, like, but it's like philosophy hour here or something on Degenerate. What's going on? You've joined us. We're getting philosophical, or we're getting something anyway. We're getting tired. That's what I think it is. Starting to hallucinate. Green men tapping on the window now in a few minutes. What was in those jellies? What's in? I swear not. There's sour patch kids. No, they had a couple of different flavors down there, but I went for the regular ones. But no, they're just regular jellies, not funky, not funky fizz. UFO Lurker 1. I was about to say Lurkeroni again. Lurker 1 says UFO means the person viewing does not know what it is, so they must exist. My guess is if they are seen, then they are just passing through, continuing their search for intelligent life. Yeah, imagine they come down here to this dustbin fire and to see everything that's going on. They're probably like thinking, we'd be better off steering clear. So probably the guys that crash here are probably just unfortunate, But to be sure. Leprechauns are real. I've never seen one, but I'm believing that they're real. I'm hoping one day that like I'll come across one and he'll lead me to a pot of gold. But I don't think I'm gonna be so lucky. But yeah, no, I think UFO. It's like somebody's seen something, but they can't identify it as something known. Yeah, so like they're seeing people are seeing something, but like whether that be aliens or not, like we can't say, I suppose. But yeah, a lot of stuff, and especially interesting the way like governments are starting to come out now and even admit that their pilots are seeing things. It was kind of a taboo thing years ago for pilots that come out and said that they're seeing anything because you were labeled as crazy, or that guy shouldn't be flying anymore. He's obviously not right. But at least now like they can kind of come forward, and it's actually been more it's been publicized. I have a bridge to sell you if you believe that. It's like, what did I hear? Someone saying before, if you believe that, I've got some oceanfront property in Kansas for sale. But yeah, like so. But yeah, so many seagulls there looking for scraps. Probably have better pickings of a Friday night or a early Saturday morning, or even into Sunday morning as well. Probably with the from people, there probably wouldn't be as many people out Thursday, although I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Seemed to be a few around last night there anyway, but you know. Well, let me see now. Seagull on patrol. The bike's gone, Dave. Whether the owner took it now or whether some ruffian has absconded with it, we don't know. I wouldn't be leaving my bike there. Seagull's given up on flying, I think. He just likes walking, strutting around. Yeah, so I think it's nearly time for me to head to bed. Yeah, the seagull probably cycled off on it. The seagulls take everything. They can be quite aggressive. You know what I mean? Yeah, seagulls really don't care what time it is. And they'll venture far as well. But there have been cases I know where there was people been complaining no end about them, especially like in places like Bray and all that. Even like my friend lived down near the Tree Arena. And that's kind of down near the dock and all that. When you be down along the quays, like you just the noise of the seagulls, like you know, you'd be kind of wondering to yourself how do people in the apartments put up with it all the time, especially with them, you know, perched out at the window. And some of them can be quite noisy as well, like so, you know what I mean, like extra noisy. But yeah, so I'm gonna head on to my bed, get a few hours sleep, and then get up and see what tomorrow brings. But yeah, I'm gonna try get on for another stream. Not sure if it'll be tomorrow night, but if it's not tomorrow night, it should be Saturday night. And we'll see what happens. Anyway, we should have a few clips, a few other bits to talk about and all that. So I'll definitely it'll definitely be in the next couple of days anyway. And hoping to get a new video done soon as well. So thanks very much Lorca One there for the $5 as well. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. And thanks very much for joining us as well. And thanks to everybody that's joined us for the stream. I know some people were here and they've headed off because it was kind of late. But thanks to everyone who did join us, and thanks to anyone that's watching this back on the replay. I hope to see you all very soon, and I hope you all have a great day, whether it's nighttime or morning, wherever you are. I hope you have a great day, and thanks very much as well, Dave, for the 10 New Zealand dollars. It's very much appreciated as well, and thanks very much, Dave. We'll put that into the fund, but we won't. I promise you, I won't spend it on stuff that will make me have choo moments, such as beers, unless that's okay, Dave. We'll try not to have too many choo moments. But thanks very much, everyone. And also, oh yeah, what Dave said there as well. Like the stream if you did like it, or if you didn't dislike it, but I'd prefer if you liked it. But and hello to 67 White Stang who's just joined us. Unfortunately, I'm just heading off now, but I was saying that I'm going to have either a stream tomorrow night, or if I don't have it tomorrow night, I'll be doing it on Saturday night. So thanks very much, everyone, for the super chats and for the comments and for coming along as well. I know, don't worry, 67 White Stang. It was kind of a late stream anyway, but hopefully you'll join us for the next one anyway. But again, thanks to everyone for joining me, and I hope to see you all very soon. So from I suppose a kind of a damp morning here in Ireland. I'll see you all very soon. Take care, everybody.